Well, fuck it. If a roofie sandwich is good, then a fucking roofie sandwich is good.
Judging him in a bad and terrible way, basically judging him for the hoe he is.
And they just look at, and the two women look at you, and they're just like, what? Like, seriously, he's good.
I will not accept those as being facts. Those are clearly false.
And they're just like, and one of them says, surely, surely you have seen him do his magic, right? and the other one says, and she kind of laughs and says, oh, it's quite potent. Trust me on that. We actually decided just to come with him because maybe he can give us more adventures. Wink, wink. That kind of tends to happen when you roll 2 nat 20s.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. There.
You see through space and time.
And plus, they could be useful on adventures. That's self-character, by the way.
When you roll 2 nat 20s on
Anyway,
For all we know, she's probably a wizard. She's probably a cleric just based on appearance. If Vita wants to do it that way.
Or they died a horrible death. I don't know.
Probably not, because they ain't children.
You do have a point. I'm just gonna be over here a little bit, staring out in the distance, like one of those music videos you see. Just observing the seas and what I see out here. For now, temporarily.
Alright, cool.
I need to drop better.
Alright, if you guys called for me, I was making a smoothie.
Wow.
Wow, what a woman.
What type of
What a
smoothie?
feminist you are.
I made some macaroni, made some smoothie. It's strawberry banana smoothie.
That's pretty good.
Pretty legit.
Well. That's a pretty femmy, like...
Shut the fuck up, Travis. I'll fucking kill
Shut the
that's my favorite thing about my personality is I get people so steamed so quickly by simply just talking casually.
Yeah, cause no one likes
casually, yeah,
no one likes you, Travis.
That's right. That's
No one likes you.
That's why I lose all my friends.
There we go.
It's fine. I can be your friend.
Who are you again?
I'm your friend, Travis. I
Bale,
love you.
can you see this wee box? I'm just gonna use that as below
I can see
deck.
that, so I'm gonna place that.
Yeah, that'll work.
Just like draw a wee blue box. It's right there as below deck.
That'll work.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Anyway, y'all are just just in place where y'all's pieces are currently.
I'm currently just looking out and see like a.
Acrobrant. Oh yeah, Vondel, you are back here, and you are just now stepping out from the storage room. And you come out, and Acrobrant is like, "Oh, my friend Vondel, come over here, come."
Yes.
And he says to you, thank you for fixing my airship. I really needed it. And he says, I know you're probably gonna miss Tilo City, but I assure you that I will pay you handsomely.
Yes, it's all fine. It was no problem at all.
And he just hands you a coin purse.
What bad
So here you
voice
go.
acting.
Cool. My thanks.
And he says, then there's gonna be more where that came from, my friend.
Ah, that's what I like to hear.
And he says, well, could you maybe, and he kind of points his head over toward the little girl, who's been talking his head off for quite some time.
Oh, what now?
He's like going, he's like shaking his head over to the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
He's wanting you to take upon yourself on the little girl.
He's just wanting you to kind of like talk to her, just so he can go back to piloting the ship.
Okay. And I go and do that.
Okay, so you walk over to the little girl, and she looks at you, and she's like, "Oh, a dwarf! I've never seen your kind before, but I've heard of your kind."
Yes. Something that you can actually be taller than.
and she's like, wait, I'm gonna get bigger than you.
Hmm. How tall is she?
She's a little smaller than you.
Not right now, but in a year's time, yes.
And she said, and she just kind of giggles and says, that'd be great.
Starts
I
calling.
give a low smirk. Oh, that.
Stringy's player.
Well,
Oh,
then what's your
yes,
name?
she says, my name is Sasha.
Nice to meet you.
It is Sasha.
Name was Sasha. Wasn't he gonna pilot the ship?
Yeah, Brent's going back to pilot the ship. There we go. I'm just gonna put him right here. Anyway, Sasha is she seems quite interested in your outfit and all the stuff that you have on you. You
I
are
see
level
that.
3, right?
Yes, at least I think that I did everything, yes. I did HP, I did spells,
Okay.
I think, so.
Anyway, she says to you, do you know anything about magic?
Yes, I do. I know quite. I know my quite some. As I basically just tap my glasses, just adjusting them.
And she says, could you maybe help me out with something?
Oh, what could that be?
And she says this, and she takes out a very small scroll. And it just looks like a standard, really old magical scroll from what it looks like, and and it has some kind of seal on it, a very black seal of wax, and the stamp it has on it seems to be a stamp of um of some kind of wizard order you never heard of.
Hmm. Well, does it say anything on the scroll?
Well, you would have to open it up and see.
May I open it?
And she says sure, and she kind of holds it for you.
I go ahead and open it then.
Okay, you break the seal, and the moment you break the seal, it unfolds on its own, and it unfolds in the girl's hands, and it has
It's that loud noise in there.
it has the
Yes.
language of the dead.
Oh, okay. Perfectly normal to have little girl scroll to dead.
So I know there is I know there is this language, right? That what language is it exactly?
The language of the dead.
This language is beyond what my intelligence knows, but
Okay, I'm back. Hello?
Welcome back.
Mhm.
Welcome back to The Price is Right with the little girl from Talking with the Evil Dead.
Burgers, you gonna fuck these bitches?
Door number 2.
Anyway, what were you saying? Drink? Before I left.
But the scroll.
Okay.
Drink.
Drank.
Hello?
Drank.
yes,
He's back.
yeah.
I got my rape whistle too, just in
So
case.
what were you saying about the scroll?
Just like this language is beyond what my knowledge inhires, but all I know really see that it's from the language of the dead. It seems.
And Sasha's like, really? Can I see?
Okay, I show her then.
She looks at it and she just kind of rubs her hands over it, and she's just feeling the paper because she's blind.
Mm.
I almost
And
forgot about that.
But due to due to the fact that it's the language of the dead, it literally is almost kind of like Braille, and it's almost like Braille and actual writing put together. It's weird.
Hmm.
But the way it's always written is that only two people can possibly read it, and that is either blind people or people who actually know the language.
Great.
Mm.
And she's just rubbing her hand over it and just kind of feeling it, and immediately her eyes kind of widen a little bit,
What is it?
and she kind of stutters a little bit and says that that something about this says that wait, something ain't right. And she's just skimming down more and more down the scroll, and then her eyes widen more and more, and then her pigment in her eyes actually starts coming back little bit by little bit.
I take a step back in shock, just like, what the hell?
I would like to.
And she says, wait, what's happening?
I would like to turn around and look at Sasha and this weird-looking dwarf thing, talking to her.
You clearly see that she's just standing there, and her hands are kind of trembling and shaking as she's running her fingers across this scroll. And you see the dwarf that helped open it up for her and everything, kind of backing away.
Well, as a natural common thing in knowledge would be to simply, I would like to start walking towards them.
Okay. And as you walk towards them, Sasha kind of like turns her head towards you, and you see that her pigment in her eyes are actually coming back to her, and then she's actually starting to develop color in her eyes and everything, and she's like, I can see.
Wait, you're telling me all of a sudden you can see?
And she's like, I don't know. I'm actually kind of scared.
I would like to comfort her and hold her real quick. Say it's all okay. Everything will be fine.
And she's breathing rather heavily, and she immediately drops the scroll on the ground after she reaches the final bit of it, and she just drops on the ground on the deck of the ship, and she pushes her face up against your leg and is like hugging you tightly, and she's like, I'm scared.
I just told her gently. I said, "Don't be scared. Everything will be fine."
She's like, I've never seen before.
It's gonna be everything's going to be all right. You can see now, and you'll be able to see all kinds of colors, and you'll be able to see the world.
I'm basically gonna test the eyesight real quick.
You can do this while in the middle of comforting her. I want to look at you and be like, "Did you do something?"
No, all I did was, she basically just told me to open the scroll. That's all I really did. She did the rest.
But it does actually have some words written in common at the very bottom of the scroll.
I look at that.
It just simply says just a few words, and it says to my dear daughter, this is a gift to you, my dear sweet Sasha, for you to be able to see the world as everyone else sees it.
I think that the scroll cured her blindness.
A scroll? That's a scroll simply cures your blindness.
Read it yourself. Read the bottom of the text.
I look at it and I just see basically what you saw. Is this? Who is this from? Where did you get this scroll, Sasha?
Sasha says she kind of steps back and kind of seems really ashamed, and she says, "I got it from my mom before she died."
I look at Sasha like, why didn't you tell me this before?
And she says, "I thought that you wouldn't want me."
I say, why wouldn't anybody want you? You're a sweet girl.
And she says, "Yes, but my mama did dark magic and killed herself just so I could have this scroll, and I didn't know what it did before until now."
Out of character. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Anyhow,
I know.
I say, well, it doesn't matter what your mom did now. What happened, happened, and you have your eyesight, and you can see the world as it is. That's all that matters.
And she quickly steps back forward towards you, unashamed, and actually hugs you again, and she says, "I love you."
And I hold her tight and I say, love you too, Sasha.
She says, "I know you're not my mom, my real mom, but to me, you're like my mom."
I just pet her head. I say, thank you. I look at this dwarf-looking man. Ask you.
And you see Sasha going back over towards the piece, going back to the scroll, and she kind of takes it out of your hand real quickly and just kind of goes back to skimming over it.
Okay. So does she walk away, or is she still?
No, she's still there, and she's just skimming over it.
I look over it.
And she's skimming over it multiple times, over and over and over again, as tears start to run down her eyes.
Well, I tell Sasha, what does it say?
She says it's technically my mom put her soul in this, and now she lives inside me now.
I'm not. Oh boy.
Well, she's still dead, but technically, from what I'm reading here, is that she just put her soul in this so that I would, well, a part of her soul, not her full thing, but part of it, just to be able to heal me.
So are you saying she's a part of you now?
I think so. The language is very, it's very jumbled to me now. When I was first reading it, it was all clear, but now it's all jumbled.
I see. I like to look at Vondel. I don't know his name, so I'm gonna simply look at this half dwarf, and I'm gonna ask, who are you, and what's your purpose on this ship?
Alright. My name is Vondel, and I minorly fixed this ship. Just minorly. Okay, I actually do not know why the fuck I'm here, to be honest.
You're actually a wizard of who spent most of his time in Tilo City.
Good question.
Hmm.
What's Jade's height?
Much smaller than yours.
So in my sleep, I'm just gonna pat her head.
Please do not be hungry.
I'm sleeping.
I'm
I'm
kidding.
just
I'm
patting her
kidding.
head.
I'm playing.
Just patting her head in my sleep.
I don't
Okay.
know how that works, but okay.
Because you're a half orc, so you're pretty tall.
I'm having a good dream, so I'm gonna just pat her on the head.
Good dream, and it's just a flashback to like the Star Wars campaign of just playing out and doing the
It's
Kylo
like, what is
voice
this?
and doing the Kylo voice, and you're just regretting posting that meme.
Well, what if I just I'm having a dream about cake?
You're like, that's my point exactly.
Starts biting her leg.
Okay.
Yummy.
Oh yes, delicious. I can feel the force within this cake.
Fuck
This
off!
cake feels like
Tyler.
fabric.
Fuck off, Tyler.
Anyway,
You fucking...
that weird, creepy, weird dude.
Well, I
that's-
mean,
I-
like if they ask me to join, I'll join. Obviously,
I'll be sitting there
but-
doing that with both of them, and I hear smacking noises. I just look around the corner, just him, like crouched
mean,
down by the door, friend just eating food while watching.
like, dude, like if you ask me to join, I will. But like,
And then he looks at me.
I'm not just
and
gonna say, "Hey guys, mind if I join?" Like,
No, your guy looks at me. He's like, "I'm very athletic." As he
Anyway,
eats the piece of cake.
fuck off, fuck off! You said you'd stop.
You're tricking me all the time.
So while you're looking for a location, I'm going to just say to the... They're no longer called Ho. I changed their fucking names, they're not Ho.
Okay, I'll fix that. Don't worry, I got it.
Why can't they be called Ho?
I got it. Don't worry, I got it.
Because Ho... Oh, you're putting it in the description, ain't you? Okay, that's fine. But it's usually to actually have them
There we
have
go.
names.
Well, they're not names to me. They're hoes in my eyes.
Yes, yes. There's Ho 1 and Ho 2.
That's right. That's right. They're all sinners.
But I'm
Yeah,
just
that
gonna
is-
say to them, I'll see them below deck in the cabins in a fucking bit, so I want to come and talk to you pricks.
Oh yeah, come talk to us. Yeah, sure. Nobody wants to hang out with us, apparently.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker! You got me. You used me good. I got you.
Okay,
I
I'm
gooped
waiting on
ya.
you, Beetle. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to find someone.
Okay, then give me that gold.
There we go, got it.
He's still my gold.
Fuck you. It's the DM's gold now.
Gold up his ass. That's mine.
There we go, got what I needed. Now, okay, y'all are all asleep, so go ahead and get in y'all's rooms.
Oh, we're just randomly asleep. Okay.
Yeah, it's because y'all it was getting really late.
Okay, well I can't ask any questions or.
I'm actually happy I made the perfect amount of rooms.
Oh, I guess these are all rooms.
Yes.
I guess. Oh. Yeah, fine.
Anyway, let me see, where is he? Ah, here he is. Okay, the first one to start waking up is you, Granok.
Wow.
And you're waking up to a sound.
What sound?
You hear someone that just sat down in a wooden chair, in the corner of the room.
Is Jade behind me or is she in front of me?
No, she's dead on the floor.
What the hell?
Wait, she's dead?
Yep.
Do I know it's him? Do I know if it's him or not?
If it's who?
Does it look? What was she killed by?
Looks like she just got shot in the chest by a crossbow bolt.
Look at the man with the crossbow bolt, and I grab my sword and I.
And he says,
Immediately rage.
and he immediately says, and he's aiming the crossbow bolt at you.
And I charge at him with my great sword.
What are you, a barbarian?
He's aiming a crossbow at you.
I don't care. I'm fucking enraged. I'm a half orc. I don't give a shit if I die.
You should put one level in Bob. my guy.
Okay.
At this point.
By this time, all of y'all are hearing the screaming and raging coming from the other room.
I'm like, what's going on?
Bang!
And
also,
Victor
my eyes are
just
gonna.
immediately.
As I slowly just stretch, go out, walk out.
Victor drops a little smoke grenade on the ground and pops, and you do hear him getting up out of the chair, but you clearly can't see anything. And there's smoke coming out into this room and here, and
What's
and-
going on? What's that?
you two, actually all three, barely see a silhouette come out of the room, but he vanishes completely. And
Oh, I was about to say, wait, that
you hear-
percent.
I slam. I
and
slam.
you hear footsteps going up upstairs.
I'm gonna run through with
Fucking
my eyes.
Bolton.
Wait,
my eyes are, like,
settle down,
totally
everything-
red.
Rom, settle
And I
down.
keep.
Okay,
And I
I'm
try to
bolting.
run for him. I try to run for him.
What's going on?
I'll try to do that too, considering everyone else is running.
What, nobody else knows what's going on. What are you running at?
Yeah.
I'm big.
Only
following.
Granok would know what was going on.
I'm just okay. Fine, walking up, following what's
And
up.
my eyes are fully red. Like the pupils, all of them are red.
I'm not all the way
Like,
up yet.
I'm fully
casually walking.
enraged. Like you know how normally only my pupils are red. Everything in my eyes is red right now.
Anyway, from what you thought that you saw that Jade Dustone was dead, she's just coughing up some blood, and is being dragged by the hair.
I lunge at him in a fucking wild
And
rage.
he says and he points the heavy crossbow towards her head.
I kind of say, "Let her go!" In like a tiny. I try to intimidate him.
Okay,
essentially.
roll for intimidation,
Should I roll
Roll's nat
advantage
20.
or no?
and you'll never know.
Oh, it's not 20.
Hey, boy, roll the
18.
fucking 18.
18 plus. Wait, you said things. You said since I'm
Intimidation.
high on energy. Plus 3.
Yeah, you get some advantages, but because
18,
you just woke up.
18, 19, 20, 21. 21.
He doesn't seem very intimidated. But he does kind of jokingly go, "Oh, I'm so scared."
I
continue
edge
walking.
closer. I edge closer and I.
And he says, "One more step closer," and her brains go everywhere.
Do it.
Wait,
and you
what
will
the hell?
die. Do it and you will die.
Then he says, "Why don't you back up a little bit then?"
Why don't you come closer?
And he says, "Back up, or I'm pulling the trigger right now."
I would listen to the man.
Do I see any barrels?
Any what?
Any Is that a barrel right there?
It is.
I'm gonna fucking go.
Well,
over
actually,
to-
it's just a bucket, but it's a pump bucket.
I'm
so
gonna
it's-
fucking.
So it's actually welded into the actual ship.
I'm gonna grab it and try to throw it in his fucking face.
Did you hear me say it's welded to the ship?
Dude, I'm enraged. Can I at least try to just break it out?
Sure. Go ahead.
Strength check.
Yeah, go ahead with disadvantage.
Tep, look at the fucking HP on the prep.
12, 18. So the
12.
lowest one is 12 plus 2, 14.
Okay. You try yanking it out of the ground, out of the welding and drilled in spots that it has, and it's not coming out of the ground.
Did I at least make any?
And the man that is standing before you, he's like, "What are you doing?"
Did I at least make any effort?
Yeah, he kind of made a little bit of effort. It just kind of shook a little bit, and that's about it.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go over to a cannonball. I'm gonna pick one up.
And he says you're gonna stay where you are. Otherwise, she's gone.